works again. So nice
Yeah,
to meet you, man.
nice to see you, man. Thank you very much for wanting to talk. Appreciate it, man.
Totally. Likewise. It's been quite some time I'm following your band, actually. I think it was the release of the Affair of the Poisons.
Yeah,
So
wow. Yeah, it's a
it's been,
while ago now.
yeah,
Six
2020.
years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've lost all track of time since then. After the COVID thing, like I don't even I don't understand time anymore. Things seem so long ago. Things seem like last week. Things seem, there's no, yeah. I'm all confused.
But I guess you're quite busy as L too, so that helps to forget about time.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a busy couple of years. Yeah, since like 22, I think it's been quite full on.
So let's introduce yourself to anyone who doesn't know about Hellripper and James McBain.
Yeah, I'm James. I play in Hellripper. It's a solo project. Black speed, black thrash, metal punk, whatever you want to call it. Based in Scotland, based in the Scottish Highlands now. Yeah, fast music, fast evil music. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, totally. And I really love your style, and that's not a style, obviously, that was there like in the 80s. All like band like Venom started a
Mm,
bit that kind of music, and but your style
yeah,
is mixed a little bit with maybe Kill 'Em All of Metallica, Venom, and like some black metal, but no keyboards involved. uh,
the new album has a lot of keyboards actually,
oh man,
um, which is a new
or
thing.
not?
Not in the symphonic black metal style, but more as a kind of atmosphere kind of thing. Like the last song we just released a couple of days ago, or last week. It's got a
Yeah,
kind of piano and synth there, but not really like a prominent part. It's more for kind of texture and stuff. But yeah, loads of 80s influence, like you say. Loads of stuff from that scene, the Venom, Merciful Fate, Bathory,
Battery. Yeah, the
stuff like
first
that. And
album.
yeah, Sodom, Creator, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, a lot of modern stuff as well, Melodeath and even thrash and stuff like modern thrash and yeah, black metal like Watain. Yeah, just kind of anything and everything that I like. But yeah, like you say, the core sound is the speed metal influenced by 80s stuff, and anything else is more of a complement to the sound to try and make it my own. And yeah,
You have also incorporated a lot of Iron Maiden hooks, I think,
mm,
since Warlock Grims and Withered Hags.
yeah, loads of Iron Maiden, a lot of that kind of stuff. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, like a lot of the new wave of British heavy metal, and even like the newer stuff. I got into metal around the time there was like the new wave of thrash and new wave of traditional metal happening. So I got into bands like Steel Wing and Skullfist and um,
Skullfist from Canada, they are really good.
yes, yeah, so
Love them.
stuff like that, and yeah, as well as bands like Havoc and Evil, Toxic Holocaust. That was kind of stuff I got that was happening just as I discovered metal. So that was a big part of my um, journey as well. That was a big influence on me. Um, yeah, just anything and everything really. I love music of all types, and I just love making music and just love putting whatever I can in there to make it sound good. No, um, try not to have much boundaries with it, and still try and keep it cohesive.
Yeah, and it's still some since the first, I think, EP and the last single you put out.
Mm.
It's still songs Hellripper, but the band evolved a lot. The sound evolved a lot,
Yeah.
and you evolved as a musician because you were
Mm.
like 20 years old, I think, when you got your first few songs out, like in
Hmm.
2015.
Yeah, so I was 19 uh, when I released the first few for the first EP. I was 19, and most of those songs were written when I was 16 or 17, and kind of refined maybe over the next couple of years while I figured out how to make Hellripper happen. And yeah, like it's just developing everything over the years. Developing my ability on guitar or vocal ability, my production, mixing skills, becoming more confident as a songwriter, just learning what works and doesn't work over the years and learning how to incorporate different things. And yeah, kind of as well, being, I was, like you say, I was younger when I started Hellripper, and so I've discovered a lot of new music and different styles of music, and like the band kind of grows with my musical taste as well. So I'm always trying to do something a bit different or something a bit new. And it's been fun. It's been a fun 10 years, 11 years. I think it's just over 11 years now. The first EP came out, I think, January 5th or 6th, I think, 2015.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, it's crazy thinking that it's been over a third of my life has been screaming about goats and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I love it.
I love the energy of the band, and I think you evolved a lot. You have a more full sound, I think, on the first two
Mm,
singles. Like you said, you add some atmosphere into
mhm.
all that evil sound that you already got, and you add more proficient musicianship, I think, as you
Yeah,
evolve. It's still very raw and energetic, but you get a little bit more melodies. The sound is more full, larger. Um, and there's always the DNA that is keeping intact. But yes, you add more ingredients, and I like the fact that you just want to continue this evolution as a musician and try new things. Like you had some bagpipes even on the last
yeah,
record, and it didn't sound out of place because
yeah,
you added in the more mid-tempo songs. We are not used to mid-tempo songs, but the
yeah,
title track was quite mid-tempos with a lot of twists and turns. Still
yeah,
fucking evil as hell, but very melodic
yeah,
at the same time.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like you say. I mean, it's funny because I still basically use the same equipment and same setup now as I did uh, 11, 12 years ago. So it's just, I didn't, like, literally, I didn't know what I was doing I mean, I still don't really, but it's just I have more experience. So, I didn't know how to record at all or how to mix, and I didn't know how you could make, kind of include more than, say, two guitars in a track without making it sound horrible, and
It's
all
quite a
these different
challenge.
things. Especially, I mean, I've got no education in mixing, producing, recording, so it was all kind of YouTube tutorials and looking online forums and stuff like that. And just over the years, I think just trying different things, learning more, again looking at what happened on the last album and say, okay, this worked, let's try more of that. This didn't work, let's not do that. And again, I think more melody and texture and stuff. I think it's just that as a result. I've always liked melodic music. I mean, even stuff like Iron Maiden, there's melodies, and Metallica, and just anything. And I'm a big fan of loads of rock and post-punk and even pop and stuff like that. So I've always been a fan of like music with melody and music with texture and atmosphere and stuff. But it's just over the years, I think I've figured out how to do it. The goal for Hellripper at the beginning, you know, it was just kind of, I was just figuring out what to do. So I was listening to my favorite bands, Motorhead, Toxic Holocaust, Bathory, Sodom, and saying, okay, let's start at this point, let's try and do something like that. And then over the years, you know, my kind of goal changed. I was like, yeah, maybe make something a bit more varied for this album. Okay, let's make it a bit more atmospheric. Let's try, you know, different things. You know, I mean, each album, each release is kind of a snapshot of where I am at the time. You know, so an album may be more punk influenced because I'm listening to a lot of punk and D-beat and like Swedish D-beat and crust and stuff like that. The next thing might be a bit more influenced by Maiden and stuff like that, and Enforcer and Agent Steel. So there might be loads of harmonies and guitar solos, and you know, I never know what I'm going to. I try not to go into any release or writing process with an objective. You know, it's just kind of try and do what comes naturally. I think I try not to think of the previous material, you know, like, because you can then repeat yourself. If you want to say, okay, I want to do something like the last album, but it's got to be better, I think it kind of leads you to box yourself in trying to capture what happened with the last album and trying to improve it, and it's difficult. So I try and go in with a clean slate and think, what's the best I can do at the moment, and keep it with the Hellripper sound. You know, try and make each release its own thing rather than comparing everything, because I feel like, yeah, you can just get boxed in and you can trap yourself and not allow yourself to do some things and all of that. But yeah, it's been a fun 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, whatever it is.
And it started way before that, because 10 years is just the first release. And I like the way you're explaining all this, because you said every single release is like a snapshot of a moment in my life, and you don't try to recapture those snapshots. You're just like, I'm there as a musician, as an individual, as a human being, and now I will try my best to write the best songs and make it fit into the Hellripper concept. For sure, you don't want to write all power metal songs. It's not the point, even if you maybe like some power metal. But and you released two punky tracks in 2024 that was they were really out of the context of your last album, Warlock Grims. And I was like, is it just standalone, like two singles just to have some fun with punk music, or is it a new direction? And I did know it wasn't a new direction. It was just, I get that stuff out of my body, and now I'm working on something new. So the track in 24, Fork Tongue Messiah, that was something I had written around the same time as the last album, or I'd written most of it, and while writing all the other songs, I was like, I like the song, I love the song, but I felt it doesn't fit on the album. And so I thought, okay, maybe I'll finish it later and include it on the next album. And then when I was writing the next album, the upcoming album, it became clear that the track wouldn't fit on there either. I was kind of in a different headspace. I think Fork Tongue Messiah, the track, it was written, I was listening to a lot of like American like hardcore punk at the time, bands like Off or Black Flag, Zeke, stuff like that. And yeah, the new album was a bit more turning out to be a bit more colder and a bit more complex and things like that. And I thought, I want to release the song. I had never released a 7-inch, like a solo 7-inch. I'd been a part of some split releases, but I thought, I've never done a 7-inch single, and that's quite a classic, old school thing to do. So I thought, I'll do it like that. And I put the cover of
the Chili Peppers song "Punk Rock Classic" on the B
Oh,
side, which it's one of my favorite songs. I mean, it's a great song. It's something that I don't know of much other people covering it, especially in speed metal or the black metal world. And so I thought, yeah, let's do that. Kind of, I think I sped it up a bit, and yeah, added the Hellripper touch, and it fit with the other track. And yeah, it was a good kind of stopgap in between the last album and this album, because otherwise it would have been 3 years without a song or a release or anything. And so, yeah, it was quite a cool thing to do, just release some 7 inches and a new song. And yeah, it was cool to release it, because yeah, that's always the kind of, writing songs and not knowing what to do with them. So it was cool that there was a way to get it out there, and not have to wait until for anything special,
yeah, I'm pretty sure you were feeling kind of weird not getting anything out for almost 2 years. Since the beginning, you're always releasing material like almost every
Yeah.
year. If it's not a full album, it will be an EP or like the Black Art EP with All Hail the Goat, the traditional song of the band. And I really love that EP. Seriously,
Thank
it
you,
was really it's a fucking ripper. Not no pun
Thank you.
intended.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was it's the early years, I was when I was figuring out everything. It was from 2014 until 2017, 2018, I think. Even 2019, because of the Black Arts EP came out. But I was writing things really quickly because I had a build-up of ideas over the years, and I was excited to finally get things down, and I had so much stuff prepared, and I'd released so much things in that period because I was just because I was so excited to get into recording things myself. I had 3 other bands at the same time, so I released an album with my post-punk project, an EP and a split with a death metal project, 3 EPs with my thrust punk band with a couple of other people, and then all of those Hellripper things, which is the EP. So everything on the first compilation, which is like 12 songs, splits, the album, the Black Arts EP. And then, yeah, over the years, I've kind of slowed down my writing because I'm a bit more experimental. I have more time to do things now. I enjoy the experimenting part. Also, we're touring a lot more the past few years, so that takes up a lot of time. And I've moved city and moved house a couple of times in between them as well. So my process has slowed down a little, but I think it's for the best. And obviously loads of people will disagree, but I think it's improving the quality of the music. A lot of people prefer the early stuff, a lot of people prefer the new stuff, so some people will agree, some people will disagree on the quality or whatever. But yeah, I think for me personally, I think the music is improving once I have more time to work on it, which unfortunately means I'm not releasing things so regularly, but hopefully it's worth the wait.
Totally, and the albums are getting longer also. You add more progressiveness into your sound. That takes more time to see. The songs has more elements, more guitar parts, more harmonies, more of everything. The first I'd say few years of the band, it was more raw, riff driven, and fast drumming, fast riff, a lot of solos, but the same kind of solos. But on the last album, the solos are not all the same thing. It's really it's more developed, different influence that fits still the songs, and the speed is still there, but it's not always like pedal to the metal. And I think there's those differences makes the songs even more interesting in a way that when you are slowing down and you're getting up to speed again, especially live, it, it kicks you even more.
Yeah,
Personally,
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, just even using the guitar solos as an example, I've never been a lead guitar player. I've always been in bands where my friends were the lead guitar player because they were better than me at
okay.
solos and everything. And so I had never learned anyone's, like, I'd never learned a guitar solo. I had no interest in learning guitar solos. I was all interested in the riffs, writing songs ever since I really started playing. And yeah, like I say, I had friends that were better at guitar, and so I was pleased that they could take the lead guitar stuff. But obviously when I started Hellripper, it was just me. And so I needed to do lead guitar myself. And so what you're hearing is kind of me learning lead guitar over the years, really, solos that are,
Feels like that.
yeah, it's a bit more complex as the years go on. Um, and yeah, again, that's the same as kind of an extension of what I said earlier with the early stuff. I didn't know what I was doing with production and mixing and recording. So yeah, two guitars, bass, drums, vocals was kind of the limit to what I could do, and make it sound good. And then over the years, I've learned how to incorporate a bit of, atmosphere or sound effects or more lead guitars, more melodies, harmonies, different vocal tracks, different vocal styles, So yeah, like I say, it's just kind of Hellripper is just an evolution of where I am at the time, my knowledge, my ability, my taste, and just kind of improving. And yeah, I think obviously it's me, so I think it improves over time. But yeah, there's still a charm and there's still a like the early stuff, like there is a charm to like the really raw, crudely recorded, basic stuff. It's different things for everyone, really different taste for people. I still get people saying, will you write more songs in the style of the first EP? And I don't think I could anymore.
Yeah.
It's not where I'm at. It's just like, asking Metallica to write something like Kill 'Em All or something. It's like, you're a different person. You're not the same person. Then if I were to try that, I think it would be fake. It's me trying to do something that's not authentic. I could probably do something like it, but I think it just wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't have the spirit. It wouldn't have the just what made it that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the way that you want to be really honest about your music. And talking about that, there's a new album coming out called Coronac. Is that the good pronunciation for that?
Yeah, Corona.
Coronac.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about where you are right now as a musician, as a human being, and writing those songs. And if anyone didn't pick it up, James is writing everything. He's playing everything also. He's a one-man band. Yeah, they are touring extensively with 3 other members, I think, that are just live guests, but they are still a big part of Hellripper now for the live production. But you are handling everything since the beginning, and even if you congrats, by the way, for signing with Century Media.
Thank you, man.
Over a decade, you made a lot of progress, and to be offered on a quite very relevant and quite big label like that, to have your business, not your business handle, but just I think you're still doing the distribution by yourself too.
Yeah, so some of it, yeah. I mean, yeah. So
the Bandcamp distribution.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So all, but yeah. So
all the orders.
yeah,
on
kind
Bandcamp.
of. Yeah, so yeah, I'll start with that part. Yeah, so we signed. I mean, even over the years, we've signed to a bunch of different labels. You know, we've been on, and all of them has helped. You know, like even the more underground ones and the bigger ones like Central Media. I would say every label has helped in whatever way. You know, and labels, I think, if you get a good label or work with a good label, it can be beneficial. Of course, you can be independent and like completely independent, and you can have great success as well. But for me, I like working with a label. But one thing that hasn't changed is Hellripper is mostly DIY. I like to do as much as I can by myself. So the recording is all me. It's all done in my studio. It's been done the same way since the beginning. The the distribution, you know, the labels, all the labels over the years have had their own means of distribution, but I still operate my main online store and have done since the beginning. Although we do have a couple of other official online stores now based in Europe and in the US, just to try and help people with shipping costs and getting things delivered quicker and things like that. So, but I still manage all the social media. I deal with most of the logistics. Well, my partner and I deal with most of the logistics for the booking tours and stuff like that, you know. But we have, yeah, Central Media involved with a lot of press and distribution and promo and whatever else they do, you know, they do a lot. And we've got our booking agents who help with live shows and stuff like that. But yeah, I try and keep things as DIY as possible, and I think that is, you know, I grew up in the punk scene. Like, I was a part of the punk scene in Aberdeen growing up, and my first bands were uh, played punk and crust, and the DIY thing was just a thing that appealed to me, and I think it's a core part of Hellripper, so I don't want to change that. I still enjoy it. I've always enjoyed that side of things. So yeah, I like that. But yeah, so where I was at musically, I mean, I think this album, like you mentioned, the last album was a quite quite a step forward in terms of, yeah, the complexities of songs and different elements, and song lengths were longer and melodies and different influences and things. And I think this album kind of just builds on that. But with even more experimentation, I would say, this time around. It's still speed metal, it's still Hellripper, but there's a lot of different influences again that I tried to bring in. There's a couple of tracks influenced by like post-punk. There's a lot of, yeah, traditional metal stuff like Iron Maiden harmonies. There's a couple of songs that are practically half guitar solo. You know, there was a lot of lead guitar happening and harmonies. There's a few different vocal approaches, like different styles of vocals, a lot of death metal vocals, some chanting, some I wouldn't call them clean vocals, but not growled vocals on the album. I used a bunch of different instruments, so there's acoustic guitar, there's bagpipes again on this album.
Oh,
There's a lot of like I mentioned, there's piano, synthesizer, keyboards, cello, violin. You know, there's a lot of different stuff. Again, just kind of expanding my horizons, really. There's some more epic songs. There's the title track, which is in a similar vein to Warlocks, I guess. It's the title track of the last album, sorry. Kind of in the same vein. It's yeah, if you hear it, it's similar but different, you know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, just a lot of different influences, you know, a lot of black metal influence, thrash, post-punk, a lot of random kind of stuff that I've been listening to, whether it be Steven Wilson or the Manic Street Preachers, the Chili Peppers, Dead Kennedys, as well as Merciful Fate, Annihilator, Watain, Dark Throne, you know, the usual stuff. It's just, yeah, I think it's just a very I would say a personal album, just because it's a solo project and it encapsulates kind of everything that I am listening to and everything that I like, you know. And like I say, becoming more confident and capable of incorporating different elements, it becomes more personal each time because I can give more of the different sides of myself. You know, it's not all just the 200 BPM D beat screaming. There's a lot of the atmosphere and melodies and atmospheric elements from whatever. And I hope that makes a better end product. For me, it does, but you know, like I say, it's difficult to judge for myself. I do what I like, not necessarily what the other people like. So, yeah, that's why I'm bad when people are trying to make me promote the album. They're like, "Why should people buy this? Why is this the best album ever?" I'm like, I don't know. I like it. You know, I don't know if it. I hope it appeals to everyone, but I'm not gonna, you know, give the usual. This is the greatest album ever. Whatever. It's. I think it's good. It's good enough for me to want to share, and I hope people share my opinions on it or find something that they like on it and like the band. And yeah, just to highlight another what you said, the live side. Yes, I've got a live band, and yeah, they're a big part of Hellripper. Really, they've been. Well, there's been a couple of changes in the past couple of years because of just people's priorities and scheduling issues and clashes with jobs and things like that. You know, because like I say, we've been ramping up the touring where we're away most of the year, and obviously it's not doable for a lot of people, which is understandable. But yeah, we've had the same members up until last year for 6 or 7 years, I think. And I try, and you know, spending most of the year with the same people and stuff. And I try, like with the live band, is the same people when I can help it. You know, if it's possible, it's the same people, and so that makes the band, you know, it's a proper band, proper live band. I could hire session musicians or different people, you know, for whatever reason, but I like the idea of the live band. I like spending time with these people. They're my friends, and of course they sacrifice a lot to do this because, yeah, again, we're away so often, and it's not easy. So yeah, I almost think of the studio side and the live side as like two separate things. It's because like the live band, like the other people get their opinion on things. You know, they might want to add a part or say, "Oh, what about this guitar harmony? What about we extend this section? What about we play this song? What about we do this?" You know, and everyone, like, I take people's opinions on board and we work on things. You know, it's not like we're doing this and that's it. No one listen to me and that's it. No one gets their opinions. It's yeah, we try and make it, yeah, so that everyone kind of has an input on like kind of what we do, really. And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of fun. And on the new album, you talked about a lot of new instruments that hasn't been involved in the past. And do you have featuring people that are playing things on the album? Do you have another lead guitar player adding solos, or are you playing all the solos? What about
Yeah,
that?
so with the last album, all albums I've had kind of whoever's been on the live band has contributed a few solos. So on this album we had Joseph, who has been the lead guitar player for the past since 2019, I think 2018. I think he joined actually 2018. So he's did a few solos on every album since then, and on this one I think he did 2 solos, I think. Yeah, 2 or 3. And yeah, I got some, because I can't play cello or violin and stuff, or stuff like that. So we've got Antonio, who did the bagpipes again. He did the bagpipes on
Warlock.
the last album. Yeah, Warlocks. Thank you. um, a lady called Jess Townsend did the violin on the song Babanshi on this album, and it sounds great. Yeah, and then of course, yeah, things like artwork and all of that kind of thing. The artwork was done by Adam Burke, who is
Amazing.
he's
Seriously.
ridiculous. Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's so good. And yeah, like all the single artwork and a lot of the like complimentary kind of artwork to the album was done by an artist called Ecocidio, who I love her artwork. It's like old school, like medieval looking stuff. And I love that aesthetic, and I wanted to kind of have a cohesive aesthetic with all the single artwork and stuff. So she's did 3 or 4 designs for the new songs. Yeah, so Hellripper, it's a solo thing, but I wouldn't be anywhere without the help of other people, whether it be artists or some labels or my partner helping out or the live band and stuff. So it's a solo project, but there are a lot of outside people that contribute to the success of the band, and yeah, it wouldn't be fair to dismiss those people.
No, that's nice that you have some gratitude, even if it's a solo project. Yes, there's a lot of people involved in every single release and every single shows, and even it's not just the musicians. There's other people that are collaborating, and it's not a lot. It's not all the bands and all that are underlying those people. So that's cool of you to just have gratitude over everything that other people are helping you with Hellripper. So that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing to do. Talking about that cover art, I was really pleased with the cover art of Warlocks, and when I saw the new one, I was like, "Holy hell! It's even better." I think like the color palette is very dark, obviously, but the design and there's a spirit behind that cover. You look at it and you're like, okay, when you listen to the music, you want to check that cover.
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, obviously, it's different with online stuff. I mean, arguably it's similar because there's so much releases online. Like, if you go through Bandcamp, there's a million albums there, and the good cover art catches your eye and makes you want to listen. Similar to how I discovered a lot of bands by looking at the CDs in my local record shop and just buying a lot of stuff just because it looked cool. So I think metal is a genre with that relies heavily on art and kind of aesthetics and stuff like that. But yeah, the cover art for Warlocks, like you say, that was a funny one because that wasn't done specifically for that album. I was just browsing for ideas, and I came across that artwork on Adam Burke's page, Nightjar Illustration, as he's known, and I immediately emailed him. I was like, "Can I license this? This is basically exactly what I had in mind. The color palette, the subject, everything." So I was like, "Please, is this available?" And he replied, "No, it's not available." And I was like, "Oh, are you sure it's in the? It says it's available online." He's like, "Oh wait, I've just double checked. It is available." So yeah, I'm glad I pressed him on that one. But yeah, so that worked out perfectly. And then this album, I wanted to use him again because it was so great, and it's almost kind of the exact opposite of the last one, but in the same style. So there's 3 figures at the bottom of this artwork, whereas there was 3 figures at the top left of the last one. The goat was the main focus in the bottom right of the last one. The goat's kind of in the background in the top left this time. The colors are green last time, now it's blue, gray kind of thing. So it was kind of a conscious decision. I wanted something a bit kind of the opposite, I guess. But that I didn't really have any input. You know, I gave Adam maybe a slight idea of what I wanted, and then the rest was basically him just doing what he does, like just coming up with great art and cool like the visuals was just, yeah, I don't want to take much credit for that whatsoever. You know, I had a minimal input, and he kind of just made it look sick. So yeah, and like I say, it's a similar style to the last one because it's the same artist, and I wanted that because it's kind of a follow-up on the last one. You know, all the songs are based on Scotland again. The last one was also not a concept album, but all the songs share a similar theme, or the theme of Scotland, and it was something I wanted to continue this time again. And yeah, I think it turned out great. Again, I think it turned out great, and
Amazing.
the artwork kind of wrapping it all up or kind of embodying it kind of just helps.
Holy, I'm really happy with that cover, and I like the fact that you see it's real art. It's not you can say it's AI for sure. You know that there's an artist behind that concept. It's not a concept album, but behind the thematic of the cover. Talking about touring, because we never had the chance to see you in North America. So I'm based in Canada. Would like to see Hellripper outside of Europe eventually, and I'm boarding to 17,000 tons of metal quite soon, in like a few days.
Nice.
And I was asking myself, is there any chances to see Hellripper once in the future on the 70,000 tons, but as well touring North America? I guess with Century Media, they will bring that idea as well.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I don't know about 70,000 tons. We haven't had any discussions about that, but
okay, I will talk to them.
Excellent. Yeah, we're working on a North American thing right now. We've got stuff basically organized for something later this year for the US. Obviously, it won't be announced yet. It needs, hopefully, everything goes to plan and we can do that. And we are hoping for a few Canada shows alongside that. So hopefully all goes to plan. Yeah, with this new album, we're just basically ramping up the touring everywhere. So we've got 2 or 3 European tours planned. I mean, we're planning for basically up until the end of next year already, you know, kind of 2 years in advance. So we've got 3 or 4 European tours kind of planned. We've got a Latin America tour planned. We have working on stuff for Asia at the moment. And yeah, of course, we're working on the US and Canada in a different, like, so I'm hoping to get everywhere, you know. I want to get the music out there to people. There's been a demand, you know, in different places, especially weirdly, Canada. There's been a lot of support for the new album from Canada, based on my Bandcamp. You know, a lot of the orders are from Canada, which is amazing.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, yeah, I'd love to come to Canada. You know, it's just, yeah, I'd love to. There's a few countries that I want to get to, and yeah, Canada's one of them in particular. So yeah, we're going to be touring everywhere if all goes to plan, and we'll be everywhere over the next 2 years or so. And yeah, hopefully we'll see everyone that supports the band, and hopefully it'll be a fun time. Yeah, hopefully we see people.
Yeah, and I never had the chance to see Hellripper, even if I did some European festival. But from what I heard from people that saw your band, they were like, it's always like one of the best show of the festival, and sometimes it was
nice.
their one ultimate highlight. So it's like I never looked on YouTube for your
Mm,
performances because I always want the surprise for the first time.
yeah,
I don't like to like to be biased and or to influence myself before
yeah,
seeing a band for the first time. So it's really hard not checking out, but at the same
yeah,
time, that's the way I like to do things and to yeah, really appreciate to the utmost a band for the first time. So I really hope to see you quite soon. And with the plans you're doing right now, I'm quite confident that you will make it into Montreal or Quebec or at maybe both. And
mhm,
yeah, other places in Canada that are really nice to go. Also, Toronto and even in the West with Vancouver and
mhm,
Calgary. There's a lot of people who likes metal. It's a very
yeah,
metal country, I think.
yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, we've played with a lot of bands from Canada, and of course, yeah, we toured with Spectral Wound a couple of years ago,
Oh
and
yeah, black metal
yeah,
band from Montreal.
yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of Canadian-based bands that we've toured with, and I'm a big fan of a lot of them as well. So yeah, and a lot of friends over there. So it'd be cool to get there. But yeah, I understand what you mean about not watching stuff online and and all of that. Yeah, hopefully, if you see us, it's not a disappointment then.
I'm sure not. You seem so really professional in everything you're doing for this band, and I saw your evolution for the past 6 years, and I'm yeah, I'm truly impressed of what you did. Seriously, and
Thank you, man.
I hope you continue that way. I think it's very uh, it's it's I don't know how to say that, but it's working a lot for you, and the band is getting a lot more visibility and exposure all over the world, and um, that's a very nice thing. Maybe two last question because I know
Yeah, man.
you'll need to resume your life, and me too.
All good.
We are on a Saturday morning, but I probably will publish this later next week. Um, what are the things that you like to do for outside of music? What's your interest in other topics of life? And just let me know a little bit.
It's mainly music, to be honest. 90% of like what I do is music related. Which is, I'm glad that I'm able to do this because like writing like music is my favorite thing ever, and writing music is what I do for fun. And that I'm able to do that as a job and able to do that whenever I want is like such a privilege, and I'm so glad to be able to do that. And yeah, I listen to music. I watch like documentaries about music and um, like recording studio diaries or documentaries about people, like just music documentaries, recording processes, all that kind of stuff, interviews, podcasts, a lot of just music related things. Um, other than that, I watch football, like soccer, whatever, football.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I follow that. And yeah, and I kind of just kind of watch TV and stuff just on my downtime. I'm lucky that I'm able to write music. That's just what I love doing, and I'm glad I still enjoy it. And I feel lucky and grateful for that. So yeah, I'm quite a simple person. There's no real yeah. I just kind of do simple things.
No, it's not that simple, I will say, but that's cool, and I get it. I'm thinking about music as I get up. The
Mhm.
first thing I do in the morning is to push play to the album that I
Yeah,
fell asleep on. So
yeah,
basically, there's always music in here, and I'm not doing it as a full-time job, but
hmm
that's cool that you are able to do it, and you're very successful, even getting more successful at doing it. So that's
hmm
really cool because we are yeah, we are just enjoying all your journey so far. So
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just and I'm able to make music like supplement the other things I'm doing. So if I'm packing orders from the Bandcamp store, I'll have a podcast or music on in the background. On my way to the post office to send everything, I've got music on in my earphones while walking to the post office. And then yeah, we're like I say, we're away a lot over the past couple of years touring, basically away half of the year. So a lot of that is spent in the back of a van or a plane or something, just with earphones on, just listening to music. So yeah, it's cool that yeah, it leaves me a lot of time to listen to stuff, and I think that's also kind of helped me with the writing. Just having a lot of it relying on a lot of my life for the past couple of years, like waiting or doing nothing for a few hours while traveling, has given me time to listen to a lot more music and discover different music and things like that. So I think I've been lucky in that respect as well. Yeah.
talking about, I'm right now publishing like my favorite albums of the last year. I did a top 50. Uh, Maybe just throw some names that were your most listened albums of the last year.
Yeah, so I love the Scorpion Milk, which is voiced from Beast Milk, Grave Pleasures, Hex Vessel, Hex Vessel released an album last year as well. So those two, Scorpion Milk and Hex Vessel, by the same person. Warbringer was great. Wrath and Ruin. What else was there? I can't even remember. What came out last year? Like I say, I've been lost in so much time that I can't remember if things came out. I did have a list at some point. I'm going to see if I can find my list.
It was a pretty packed year.
Yeah, there was.
I will say not a lot of big masterpieces that maybe are the ultimate albums that you need to listen to, but a lot of excellent stuff in a lot of genres.
Yeah, so I mean, I think, Testament, I think, Havu Krunu, we just played with them.
Oh, Havu Krunu.
Yeah, we just played with them yesterday, 2 days ago, in Finland. We literally just supported them in Finland for a hometown show. Yeah, they're one of my favorite black metal bands. Yeah, they're great live. I mean, it was amazing. We were only there for one day and chatted with them for a little, but we got to watch them, and it was just it was sick. It was just so good. So they would definitely be up there. I can't believe I forgot about that. I can't even remember. Like I say, I've lost all kind of thingy of time that I don't know if stuff was released this year, last year, whatever. I even like the Ghost album was one of my top played, controversial because whatever, but I loved the Ghost album that came out. A band called Sarcator. Sarcator, yes, we thrash band from Sweden. Their album was out in I think January last year.
Need to check.
And when I did my list, they're great. When I did my list, I completely forgot about them to include them because it came out in January. So their album was great. I think, did Phantom release an album last year? The Mexican, Phantom, Phantom, that was great. I feel I probably look like a complete idiot right now forgetting everything ever, but there's so much good albums. If I'm on the spot, I'm just like, what happened?
It's tough. It's tough. Do you know the band Grima from
Grima? Yeah.
That was one of my top albums. I think they have their own sound using it's a bayan that they call it. It's like an accordion.
Okay.
But it makes a lot of atmosphere, so they are not using the accordion. It's a different type of accordion named bayan, but at the same
Okay.
time they are using it not in a folk way, more in a atmospheric way, and sometimes the bayan is leading the way as a lead instrument also. I really love their new album Nightside. It's really something that you don't hear often, black
Yeah.
metal done like that.
Yeah, I think it's great when people are able to include their own um like stuff from their own cultures, from their own countries, to
Yeah,
offer something a bit new to the, but to make something a bit like a something of their own. You know, I think that's always great. I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to do with the last couple of Hellripper albums, just kind of try and incorporate a bit of the Scottish influence, because there's not many bands, especially in the speed metal kind of thing, speaking about like Scottish folklore and doing some incorporating bagpipes and stuff. You know, the speed metal realm, there's not really much people. But you've got bands like Sewer and stuff like that, and
oh sure.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
love Andy Marshall and
yeah,
his new album with his other
yeah.
project. What?
Well, yeah. I think Sewer released an album last year as well.
Yeah,
I think,
uh,
yeah.
Amidst
And
the
Sua's
Runes.
coming out this year, I think.
It's
Yeah,
I think I placed his album like at number 21, something like that. I really like the last Suro album.
yeah. So you've got stuff like that, and yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, see, this is how much I'm forgetting. The live drummer for Hellripper, Max, his band that he like contributes to, his band Vacuous released an album last year that was cool, like some horrible death metal. It was cool. Yeah, that's how bad I am. I'm even forgetting albums released by my friends and stuff.
Yeah, you have too much on your mind. That's why.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah. See, the last year was like spent kind of writing the album, and so everything else was kind of a blur, like kind of a background to trying to focus on writing an album. So yeah, and whenever I listen to stuff, I don't even really pay attention to when it's released. So something will come up, I listen, I don't realize it was just released this week or something. I'll just listen and say this is great, and then never pay attention or whatever to any other factor, just that I think it was cool. Yeah.
most important thing is if it's good, it's good. So
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
I agree.
I like to describe music with a lot of subgenres, but at the same time, let me say that. And you talked about Motorhead earlier. That was a big influence also for the first few releases by your band. And he was always
Absolutely, yeah.
saying there's two kind of music: good music and bad music. And yes, you can resume. I don't care. I'm very eclectic in my taste. Inside metal, but also outside metal, and I don't care if it's punk rock or pop. It's a good song. It's a good song. I don't care. There's a moment to listen to every kind of music. I think there's some kind that we love more than others, but
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's also cool. Just from my perspective, like I see people commenting or reviews or comments and stuff. I see them commenting on Hellripper's music, and they mention stuff that that they hear in the music that you know I that wasn't meant to be there, or was it, you know, it's like someone will. I've heard everything. Like, I mean, people have described Hellripper as everything from, you know, like thrash, black metal, death metal, like, and everything in between. You know, it's funny to hear what people think, and then people will say, oh, this song, I can clearly hear it was influenced by death or dissection or mayhem or something, and it wasn't. There was no thought of that whatsoever. You know, it'll be a song that was influenced by like Tank or Motorhead, and they'll be like, yeah, this sounds like, yeah, this bit was clearly influenced by Maiden or something, and from everything. Yeah, some, you know, people hear it's interesting to hear other people's perspectives, and I do it as well. I think, oh, this song, let's to someone else, like to other people's music. I think, wow, it sounds like they were influenced by, yeah, Dark Throne here or something, you know, and you've got no idea if they were or not. And I think it's interesting to hear what people think, and just see and try and kind of get why is this the reason, you know. There was someone, you know, someone I saw a comment on the latest single. Someone said it like reminded them of Dragon Force or something.
Dragon Force.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Like the guitar solos were like Dragon Force or something.
No way.
Which I mean, I'll take that as a compliment, because those guys are some of the best guitar players ever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm nowhere near
Totally.
that level of ability. But you know, I was just thinking, yeah, that part was influenced by. That particular part was influenced by Metallica, Metallica, Annihilator, Megadeth, that kind of old school thrash. And yeah, so it's funny, just, you know, what people hear. And there's a lot of people saying like the new song sounds like Voivod, which again, I love Voivod.
It's way more dissonant. Voivod
Yeah,
is way
I
more
think it's
dissonant.
yeah, there's a couple of dissonant chords in the new song, which I think might be it. But you know, I love Voivod, but that wasn't an inspiration for the track. So as long as people like it, I'm fine.
Well,
You know, so it's just funny in that respect, just seeing people. It's interesting. I love it. You know, people, and sometimes people will say this was influenced by a band that I've never heard of, never listened to in my life. Which I think is funny, and sometimes it leads me to look at this band and think their music's great, and I've discovered a new band by accident. It's, so that's cool.
yeah, because I think when you write music, especially in a subgenre of metal like that, um, the music you're writing is the accumulation of all the things you have listened and like in your life. So you are putting a little bit of everything you like into the sound
Yeah.
to create your own sound.
Yeah,
And yeah, it can happen that you sound like something that you never heard because you have the same
Yeah.
influences as that person had
Yeah.
at the moment of that release. And
exactly. Yeah, I agree. And there's some influences in there, you know, that just put in the context of like Hellripper's music will sound like something else. You know, like I said, I've been influenced by bands that are not metal, bands like, yeah, there's a few songs on the new album influenced by like Stereophonics or Oasis, the Beatles, Manic Street Preachers, like a lot of this, a lot of that kind of stuff, mainly based on like song structures or maybe something to do with the production or something, that you wouldn't really be able to tell if you just listen to the Hellripper thing, because it's not evident. It's just, you know, I'll hear something, you know, I'll hear something in a Beatles song, like where the vocals do something. Oh, the vocals come out of this speaker, and then there's a harmony coming out of this speaker and something, and I'll think, oh, how can I do that in a Hellripper context? And when done in a Hellripper context, you know, it doesn't sound anything like the Beatles, but the influence is there, kind of subtly, kind of.
I think they influence everyone.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, yes. They're the originals. They're the best. But yeah, it's fun. I think it's important to be influenced by other stuff and listen to other stuff, and yeah, I'm a big advocate of just listening to anything and everything, basically. Some genres have great stuffs and bad stuff, you know, like it doesn't really matter to me. Like you say, Lemmy, if it's a good song or a bad song, you know, that's all that really matters to me.
Totally. Yeah. I think that's it. It's a good good songwriting is good songwriting, and obviously you will like some style more than others, but at the same time there's good and bad shit in every genre. You can't say all the bands of that style are all good. no, there's shit there too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather listen to a great pop song or great electronic music than bad thrash, bad speed metal, you know?
Yeah, totally. I agree, man. That was so much fun to talk with you and to hear about your background, your history, your evolution as a musician. I will be able to talk with you at least for a few more hours since you are very passionate about music and
Yeah, man.
not just your craft, but what's going on the metal
Mhm.
scene and in music in general. Um, so thank you for being part of this metal anthology interview. I like to talk to say metal talk instead of interviews. It's more
Mhm.
sharing about music and
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your side of the thing.
Mhm.
So thank you for that.
Yes. Thank you for having me, man. Again, thank you for the interest and wanting to speak to me and for listening to what I've got to say and taking the time to listen to the music and ask questions and share, spread the word like with your channel and stuff. It's much appreciated, man. It's yeah, people like yourself are part of the reason, are part of like the success of bands, you know, spreading the word and being interested and listening and stuff. So yeah, thank you very much to yourself for what you're doing, man.
You're welcome, and it's I do it just for fun, like you are writing music, and
Yeah.
so it's uh it's just about being passionate and the desire to share about more bands and more stuff. And I will definitely talk to the 17,000 Tons organization about
Love it.
Hellripper because I will have a media pass this year. And I did
I love it.
interviews the past 2 years also on the boat. And I will share about Hellripper. I can't believe they didn't contact you at any point, but I'm sure they will do. Yeah, for the next year. Hopefully, you will make it in the next few years on the boat because the experience is just unbelievable.
Thank you, man. Yeah, and funnily enough, I was actually watching a vlog yesterday by Prim, the drummer of Septic Flesh,
Yeah,
about
what a drummer.
yeah, yeah, great drummer, one of my favorite drummers. And I was on his channel last night just watching drum videos, and he had a vlog when they played last year. I think it was last year. And he was just kind of showing what it was like, and yeah, it looked cool. Always a cool lineup as well. And our friends, I think our friends in Gamma Bomb, are they playing this year?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so yeah, if you see
Oh
them,
man,
tell them I said hello. The guys from Gamma Bomb, we toured with them, and I speak with those guys regularly. They're great. So say hello to them if you bump into them. And yeah,
yeah,
enjoy the cruise, man. It looks, like I say, it looks sick.
yeah.
Hopefully,
It's
we'll be a part of it someday.
oh totally. It's even as you can go just for fun, not with the band, and you will have some of
Mm,
the best time of your life because it's a big community and people are just so funny and respectful and having the time of their lives there. So
mhm.
yeah, it's really
Yeah,
a nice trip.
yeah, it looks like it, man.
So thank you for everything, and I wish you all the success in the world for this new album coming out, and can't wait to hear it in full. And I see there's a long song again, and I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of Mr. Stu Worm. That song should
thank you,
be
man.
played.
I'd love to, yeah. It's like, I mean, it's yeah, like comparing it to the early stuff. The early stuff has like 2 or 3 riffs per song, and I think that song has like 26 different parts or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long song that will actually be the next single.
Oh yeah.
The longer one
Oh,
that will be out in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm trying to count in my head the date. 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, I hope you like that one. That's one of my favorite ones from the album. So yeah, I hope you like that one. Yeah.
thanks. That's a great. That's a bold move to put the longer song of the album as a single, but at the same time,
Yeah.
if it's one of your favorite, you got to share it as soon as
Yeah.
possible, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not exactly a radio-friendly song. It's like 9 minutes long. It's actually the longest Hellripper song, but yeah, I think it's good. It kind of gives a different perspective on the album compared to the last two singles, and yeah, I think people will like it. I mean, obviously, yeah, some people don't like the slower stuff, but what you gonna do? Um,
I don't care about those
yeah,
people. They can listen to their technical death metal all day, and if it's all good or brutal death metal, I like that stuff too. But sometimes you need more dynamics and some tempo changes to enjoy music as well. So.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like I say, hope you enjoy the new single. Anyone listening, look out for it. Early February. Yeah. Yeah, I hope people enjoy the album. I hope you enjoy the album in full as well. Yeah, there's 8 songs, all kind of offering something a little different. So, yeah.
Superman. So I will say thank you once again. And James, it will be, that was the first time we talk, and I guess it will not be the last.
Yeah, man. Hopefully again soon. Hopefully in person in Canada or festival or something like that. Yeah, man. Again, thank you for wanting to speak to me.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, dude.